Do you ever notice in scary movies, the best directors don't show you who the villain is or who the scary thing is that's doing all of the horrible stuff that is the premise of the movie? There's a reason why they do that. They know that the watchers, the viewers, the people who are paying money to go see this are much more fearful of something when the people in the movie look at it with eyes wide and can't handle the amount of fear that they have. We then get in our own imagination and we make this thing 10 times larger and worse than it ever actually is on screen. In fact, many times when they actually show the scary thing, it's kind of like ridiculous. It's like, oh, that's what everyone's so afraid of, this weird looking clown. Reason why I bring that up is a very important one. Is statistics show over and over again that children smile about 10 times more per day than adults. In fact, it says adults smile somewhere between 30 and 40 times a day, where children smile somewhere between 300 to 500 times a day. And you wonder what happens like when you go from a kid with this youthful enthusiasm and exuberance and excitement and belief that you can do anything to you ultimately becoming an adult. Now, I, like others, have an opinion on it. It's like we've been kind of curbed by all of the interactions we've made where people have made fun of people for failing or looking stupid. And we're fearful that that may happen to us. In other words, the scary thing lives in our imagination way worse than it actually is. And so I have three things that I hear often from my clients, and I talk about internally to myself and with my team, and I'm going to ask you to consider as well. So here they are. The first one is, what if they say no? This is really important for salespeople, people looking for the next job, people looking for the next promotion. We're fearful of, what if they say no? I'm going to ask you to consider this recreation of that same statement is, what can I do to help them say yes? So when that thought pops in your head about this hard thing that you think you're about to do where you might get a no, is don't say, what if they say no? Don't think, what if they say no? Is, what can I do to improve my opportunity or odds of getting a yes? Second one is, not this is going to suck, not this is going to be really hard, not this is something I don't want to do. It's, what things have I prepared up to this point in order to make this thing as pleasurable as possible? Just try it. This is one that I think about often, is what things have I done to make what I'm about to do a little bit more enjoyable, a little bit easier to overcome? I promise you, it changes your perspective and it changes the outcome greatly. And then the third one is, I can't because, and I hear this a lot with people we coach and people we train, is I can't because it might. And so instead of saying that, we're asking you to consider is, what things can I do in order to make this happen? Doesn't matter if it's a social event or a professional endeavor. Is, instead of saying I can't because, literally ask yourself internally before that statement comes out, how do I change those words from I can't because to I can and here's how? There's another version of it. But when you say things like that to these negative statements that stop you from smiling so much, that stop your youthful enthusiasm and exuberance, you will begin to start feeling that same optimism that you had as a child. Good selling, everyone. And if you will, please subscribe below, right there. Good selling.